Gotta unhook that. That's what I tie down with. Let that down. Got my keys here.
All right, guys, we're in downtown LaFollette. You might remember Tammy from the other videos. We did a trail ride on Tackett Creek on one of the previous videos about a month ago.
Yep.
Now we're going to go into the rural blue area of Campbell County here in East Tennessee. But this is my hometown, LaFollette. Behind me here you see Smith's Hardware. Now we're in the back parking lot. We're going to drive down the road here in a minute. In the front, let you see some of downtown LaFollette. We're going to take you and show you what's called the Lafallet House, which is really called Glen Oaks, but Harvey LaFollette founded downtown LaFollette here back in the 1890s, and it was a coal mining and ore business. And we're going to go by and see some of what they call coke ovens, where they made coke out of the ore that they mined. So it's going to be an exciting day, and we're going to have fun. It's going to be one of the last pretty days we're going to have for a while. And the leaves are probably about going to peak out. It's going to turn cold next week, and they'll probably fall off. So.
Oh, most definitely, yes.
So you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Let's go. All right, so we're starting here on what's called North Tennessee Avenue. We're going to go right down through here, Tammy, and go over to Beach Street. We're going to show this whole road at one time on Tennessee Avenue were buildings. Where you see parking lots here, these were buildings. This is the Lafallet Utilities, and they have purchased most of the downtown buildings to use for utilities district stuff. They own these buildings here. They redid, see this, I love their sign they put out here, lights up at night. The Lafallet utility boards. I don't know what they do in there, but they really made a nice building. They took this and put parking. Years ago, that was a Chrysler dealer over there, that brick building, and these were all buildings all the way down through here. This was a gas station, and these buildings were full of different businesses, a lot of restaurants, barber shops, you know, just a lot more people came down here to downtown to do things. But like most of your small towns, things kind of shifted out to a bigger place where they could put in a mall, fast food restaurants, and so forth. We do have now in downtown a McDonald's. It's handy to have that, but it also puts a lot of pressure on the local mom and pop restaurants here. Right up there on the left is the new McDonald's. This is used to be our old post office here, and then the police department's over here. That's parking in the back for downtown LaFollette, but that used to be businesses back there at one time. So like most small towns or old coal mining towns, little by little, the buildings have disappeared as they got old. Now we do have a nice park down here. I think this is called the Dr. Lee Sargent Park, and people can bring their kids down here to play or to walk, and people use it. This is our fire department and police station, and I live about 1.5 miles, 2 miles from here. On Thursdays and Fridays and Saturdays, they have a flea market down here, downtown LaFollette. This is the back parking lot of downtown. You're still in some of the back of some of the buildings there. This is called Beach Street. It's one of the streets that actually bypasses downtown LaFollette, runs parallel with Central Avenue. So if there's a wreck on Central Avenue, traffic can get through here. So some of these buildings here have been here since the 1900s, early 1900s. This building here, I think, was part of the LaFollette mining company. I remember this used to be H.Y. Woodson's trading post. I used to go there and buy a lot of stuff, everything from furniture to used car batteries. So right up here is what's called the Lafallet House. That's what people call it here locally, is the Lafallet House, but it is really named, the real name of it is Glen Oaks. It was built in 1901. Harvey LaFollette. Pull on up here to this sign and they can see this sign a little bit. As you see on top of the sign here, this is part of the National Historical Registry, and you see it's called Glen Oaks. It was built in 1901 by Harvey LaFollette, and it has 27 rooms in this house. It's Victorian style. It was designed by the famous 19th century architect George Barber, and it was actually a kit house. Pull on up just a little bit more than that and then see the other side of it here. It was actually a kit house that was brought in on a train and put together. I think it's about 8,000 total square foot, and at one time the LaFollettes owned this entire block right here for their property when they bought it, but little by little they sold the property off, and they finally went bankrupt. The LaFollettes did in about somewhere in the 1920s, and they got bought out, I guess, by auction from the bankruptcy, and other family come in and started doing the mining. There's mining iron ore, I guess. They make what they call coke, and that's a harder burning type of coal, from what I understand, that they use to melt metal. So we're going to go look at some of those coke ovens. We're going to stop by Tank Springs, and I'm going to show you downtown LaFollette just a little bit. So, all right, let's go. Okay. I'm going to go left.
Are you going to go left?
Alrighty, this is what we call old downtown LaFollette. Like most old coal mining towns, a big part of the businesses are gone. This used to be over here the bus depot that people would get picked up on. I guess Greyhound or whatever. This was one of the old bus depots, and across the street that was a grocery store at one time. That was Shelby's Grocery, and the Shelby's run a rolling store up in the mountains, and here's Shelby's warehouse. This is a part of LaFollette's history for sure, because this building here was part of the commissary of the LaFollette mining company that came in here. That was their commissary. This used to be called the Shirt Factory, and then right up here on the left, Tammy, is what was called King's Cafe. Stop right here in this one that says E if we don't have nobody behind us. This building here, and I could be wrong, and people can tell me in the comments, that building used to be what was called King's Cafe. And it was a really cool place to come, because you could get 2 hot dogs, a bag of chips, and a canned Coke for $1.
Oh, wow.
As a kid. So, and they also had Hot Wheel toys, cars, somehow for some reason, and you'd always buy them. But that was a place I remember coming to even as a young kid at 8, 9 years old, because I grew up about 3 blocks from here. So back then, we would come to town and eat, or go to the Emery's 5 and Dime, or look at toys, or whatever we could look at. But me and my buddy would ride down here on bicycles or walk, and so there's good memories there. It's gone. Can't get 2 hot dogs and a bag of chips and a Coke for $1 no more, but got some good memories of it. Now, LaFollette Utilities has bought almost everything on this whole street. That LUB's LaFollette Utility Board, and so that's where we get our power from here in this area. They own all of these buildings over here for repairs. All these buildings to the left. We're gonna have to go left here probably. We're gonna go over here to Tank Springs real quick. And we're going to show you where people get water out here in LaFollette. It's a popular place for people to come get a little bit of water, drinking water. Usually find people there getting it about all day long. So at one time, these was buildings, businesses all through here. That was a motel, had little buildings in there, and for the motel, it had individual rooms. Here is more of the LaFollette Utility Board. As you can see, they are a big employer here in Campbell County. They buy a lot of equipment and hire a lot of people. So this is one of our big industries in LaFollette, the Utility Board. So they also right here, those of you that ride and camp and want to stay right in town, the city of LaFollette put in what they call Big Creek Gap RV Park. It's right here on Big Creek Gap, and LaFollette was named Big Creek Gap originally before Harvey LaFollette came down here and bought 30,000 acres to start the town of LaFollette. So up here on the left is Take Springs. We're going to pull in there and see what's going on. How you doing, buddy? Good. I come to get a picture of the water and the springs. They sure run good, don't they?
Yeah.
Good water, ain't it?
It's good, yeah.
Yeah. Wonder how long this thing's been here.
I know for a fact it's been here over 100 years.
Yeah. How long you been getting water here?
Off and on, 20, 30.
30 years, yeah. Like if you're drinking water?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. That was Lafallet City water.
Yeah.
Just can't drink it. You smell the floor.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. We're just down here filming Tank Springs, showing people how people come down here and get this water.
Water is fantastic.
Good stuff, ain't
The
it?
only stuff I drink. Yep. I won't drink nothing out of stuff.
All right, so here comes some riders off the trail. Tammy's going to back up and let them out, and we're going to go down the trail too. So there's a couple ways you can enter the Rural Blue area. I guess this is called, do people call this Rural Blue? The Rural Blue area, what do they call it?
Yeah, this is part of the Rural Blue unit here.
Okay.
This trail is.
So there's different riding areas. There's part of Big Creek Gap down there, Big Creek. We're going to go over that, I guess, here in a few minutes. So this also is another trail, Bruce's Gap trailhead, that you can hike. The Cumberland Mountain section of it here. So quite a few people out today riding, looks like. I have never noticed that big steep rock right there. Have you ever noticed it, how big that is?
Yeah, that's big old rock. No, that's huge, ain't it?
I've been down this trail before, but when I had an ATV, but I never noticed how steep that rock was. So
Well, now that the leaves are all off of the trees, you can see things better.
yeah, we'll start seeing things we normally wouldn't have saw. So this trail here, I guess, I don't know how long it's been here.
Oh, this has been here for about 5 years.
5
They
years.
cut this through, yeah. So it's the ATV route from Ivydale to town. You're not supposed to be over there on the highway, so they put this road through here.
Okay, so
So
they
the
don't,
raiders would have access to the downtown
so they don't want
amenities.
people over there on that road.
No, that
Okay,
is not a legal route over there.
okay. So how about past that? I see people on the road up there. Not really?
It's not legal, no. You're supposed to take Trail 24 to Trail 25 and then hit Highway 25 and then take a right and then cut in Duff. That's the legal route for riders to take.
Okay, so-
You see people on it all the time, but it's not a ATV legal route. There's specific trails and roads that you're allowed to ride in Campbell County.
Okay. Where we're heading to is called Ivydale. It's a place where they did a lot of the making of the what was called coke out of the iron ore. They would heat it in coke ovens, and we're going to see if we can see them. The leaves will be down just a little bit, and they're really interesting. I've been to them and documented them many years ago, and many of the coal mining areas had these coke ovens. I started noticing on the internet, when you would type that in, you would see pictures of them in Appalachia area. Appalachia area was mainly known for the timber, cutting the trees and timber, and the coal mining. So this town was founded on the hopes that it would be a successful iron ore or mineral ore or coal mining business, but apparently it failed. The LaFollettes went bankrupt, moved. Two other families, I believe, bought the LaFollette Mining and company, and they also went bankrupt. So apparently it wasn't enough here to mine to keep things going. Now this railroad here, you'll see on this side of the creek, you'll see that it has, it's been built, the pillars to hold it up has been built with block. See how they did that, Tammy, with the block?
Yep.
Beautiful. But when they get on the other side of the road, it started being poured concrete. It's not the same thing, not the laid block. So the reason of that was, apparently from what I've been told, there was a contest with two of the railroad companies on who could get the railroad built to Jellicoe first. And so the land the block was too slow, so they started pouring these concrete pillars to put it on. So actually this has been here since about early 1900, and 125 years later, Tammy, they're still using this same bridge 125 years later. Do you realize it's that old?
I assumed it was pretty old, yeah.
All right, we're gonna go under the bridge, and then we're gonna take the first left. On the last video, we were in Tackett Creek, and Tammy knew everything there. I knew nothing because I'd never really been there, but here I do know a little bit more about my hometown history. So beautiful old bridge, and this was a lot of the area down in here, I guess, because of the water. Yeah, we're gonna go left. Part of this concrete here would have been part of the coke ovens. I'm not for sure how it worked, but actually this big concrete thing here probably was used for melting the iron ore also. I'm not for sure on this building, but right up here on the right, we should be able to start seeing some of the, what they call coke ovens. Pull in this parking lot right here. No trespassing. No parking, no trespassing. So this is owned by the LaFollette Historical Society. You see them over there, Tammy? You see,
Yes, those holes back in the, yep.
yeah. Well, I wish I'd have got permission to come over here from them first. I didn't realize they had the no trespassing signs up, but anyways, we won't go on to it. But I have been over there.
Yeah, those haven't been up long.
But you can see that rock wall over there.
Yes.
That was all put in and built. Then they would, I guess they would build fires in those coke ovens and melt stuff. And this is one row of them. There's another row over on private property. So we'll make a left right here. Where you want to go, up this way?
No, we're going to go up the Trail 1.
Trail 1, okay.
Yeah.
So anyways, they've got all no parking signs down here now. It used to be where you could park down here, but they apparently have blocked all this off, most likely from people doing stuff like that right there.
Yeah.
Camping and leaving junk and making a mess. So not for sure what's going on with it, but apparently they do not want people here no longer to park.
one will take us all the way over to the 141 exit off I-75
Okay.
to Eagle Rock Campground and all that. That's one of the main trails we'll go
This is
by.
the first time I've seen the back of these. Look, you can see up
Yeah.
here now. You can
It's
see the
in
back
there
of those
now.
coke ovens, or this might be another side to them. I've never been on this side, so they've went in there and cleaned this out. Somebody's
Yeah,
house.
yeah, you couldn't see those before. They're all down through here. Quite a few of them.
Yeah. They were, a lot of people worked here back
Yeah.
in the early 1900s. People didn't have cars, so they lived close to town and walked to the stores or wherever. Very few people had a horse and wagon. Most people worked at the coal mines, didn't make a lot of money, so they didn't have the money to buy vehicles in the early years. So yeah, that whole hump right there is, looks like this side of them's kind of broke
We'll let
off.
this vehicle around. To stop that, you can see all that.
Okay, gonna stop there?
Somebody up there. Yeah, we can't.
Wait, we just lost something. Something blew out the door.
Pull out the door.
Something blew out.
Well, they ain't cleared.
Must have
this
been some
up.
of your clothes.
Let's go back and see. I see it laying down there.
There it is.
Oh, that's just that bag.
Okay, I know. I just saw something blow past me out the back. When we pick it up,
Yeah.
I'll
I
unbuckle
usually
this.
stick it in there.
All right, this is one of the entrances right down here, not far, on the, what's that called, the 144?
The 141.
141 exit, okay. That's where you can get off. Are they parking there for people anywhere?
Yes. There's a huge parking lot across from the Pilot. There's a big old huge concrete lot that used to be the old Pilot, and they tore it down and built the new one. But yeah, everybody, you can park there.
So that's about 3 miles, I guess, from here.
Yeah, to access these trails.
So this starts the area where you do have to have a license or permit. Me and Tammy was talking about that. It's a little confusing, but this is the North Cumberland Wildlife Management Area, Don Sunquist or Sunquist unit. It's coming off, unfortunately, but so special regulations apply and no use of alcohol now. So that has changed. This is new, right, Tammy?
Yeah, that just started back last July. They passed that law. No possession of alcohol is allowed on the wildlife management area.
So yeah, that's probably a good thing maybe, because I've been up here some years ago when I had a buggy and you'd run into people that were just completely drunk and just acting stupid. So,
Right, yeah. There was a problem with accidents and littering. A lot of people were just throwing their beer cans and bottles everywhere, and so they just put a stop to it all.
So local people, if you're local in the state of Tennessee, you can get a hunting, a big game license.
Yeah.
And that'll cover you on riding, but there've been some changes where they want to maybe increase the price per person.
Right, to well, they were supposed to pass the law back in July to where you had to have the high impact riding permit, which is supposed to help TWRA differentiate between the hunters and the ATV riders. And then that extra money was supposed to go toward trail maintenance. but that ended up just getting scratched out and it didn't pass. So as of right now, to be on the wildlife management area, you just need a hunting license.
And out of state costs more though.
Yes, out of state is like $133, and in state is like around $60.
So you can go
for a
online.
year.
I'm
That's
sure you can go online and find this and buy the permit before you even come down here. You don't have to go anywhere. And
There's an app you can download.
I'll put that QR code right there, and you can pause it and you can scan that to get the information. For those that want to come and ride or want to just see more information, they also have an elk viewing area here. They have elk in the area. I don't know if we're going to have time to go to that today. So this is some of the, I guess, I don't know if there's any other place that has more signage than this. Do you?
No. Now the TWRA, it's called TWRA On The Go. That's an app you can download from the App Store onto your phone, and you just go in there and set up an account, and from that app you can buy your hunting license, fishing license, anything to do with TWRA, anything you may want to do, you can purchase your license straight from that app. And then they just send you an email of it, and you just screenshot it on your phone, and then that's the only proof you need. So
Also has a speed limit, 25 miles per hour.
yes, that's on all the trails, 25 miles an hour.
So the map's got a little dirt on it, needs a little cleaning, looks like. But let's look and see where we started at and where we're at now. Let's see. I have no clue.
We started out here.
No parking in the church, it says. So parking will have to be in downtown LaFollette. This is where we come downtown. I guess this is part of downtown LaFollette here, where we came out of. So
We're right here right now, so
we're here.
yeah. And then
Okay.
there's Trail 4 that goes out that way, and it just connects into.
But we're going to end up going to Eagle Bluff Overlook is where we're heading, so we can see the Powell Valley area where I've lived my entire life. So yeah, I could use a little bit of cleaning on this if anybody's up here. I don't know. I don't know.
So yeah, so right here is Trail 1. That's what we came in on right here to get right here where we're at. So we came through here.
We come through a very small part of it, really. This, it goes all the way back up in here, and it can take hours and hours to get back into some of these farther places. Back in this area would be Stinking Creek area, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's Stinking Creek.
Through here. So there's a lot of ATV Airbnbs and repair places. This whole area here, this Stinking Creek Road comes off exit 144. Okay, so Stinking Creek Road's 144 exit. I'm
Yeah.
confused.
So right here at the elk viewing tower, when it's only showing the Sunquist unit on this map here. This is just one unit of the wildlife management area. So when you get on up in here on this area, you're getting over into the Ed Carter unit, which is what we call Tackett Creek. It's always been called Tackett Creek, but they changed the name of it a few years back to in honor of one of the wildlife TWRA officers. They renamed it the Ed Carter unit, but that's going to be all on past this, on up into here.
And that was the last video that we all made. So if you've not
Yeah.
seen that video, you can do that and watch that video and see that section. It was very pretty. The leaves wasn't turning really, but a lot of pretty waterfalls there.
See, this map is only of the Sunquist unit. These are all the maps on the Sunquist unit, all the trails right here. But that's just the one unit. There's 3 other units besides this one. So, I mean, there's thousands of miles of trails to ride in the TWRA.
Yep. So I wonder what this is. Might be private property. When we see these places like this out here, there is
Yes,
some private
it is.
property in here that never was sold to the state.
Yep.
So there's certain places once you get in here you can't access. They have certain property.
So this right here is the Ride Rule Blue campground, you know, where Eddie takes his buggy
Yes,
across the road to
right.
Travis's. It'd be right here. So that's where one of the main campgrounds is right there, right off Stinking Creek Road.
That's Alrighty, we're getting ready to go to the Eagle Bluff Overlook.
at the old crossroads where the blacktop ends. It may need a bit of paint, but still serving friends. The doorbell sings like a mockingbird, and every creaking board has a story to tell about where every footprint has been. Every step from every boot, it weathered the passing times for more than a century. Paint's chipped away, but the light's still warm. Through the screen door swinging in a mountain storm, you can smell the years in the wood and the stone. But it still feels like family, it still feels like home. Oh, rockers in rhythm,
Taking you a snack.
I'm gonna grab a couple of these nuggets.
stories unfold in the hush.
Taking a picnic.
My chicken nuggets and my hot mustard sauce.
All right, we're at one of the places I think is one of the most beautiful overlooks in the area. It's one of the easiest to access. You actually can get here. You can come here in a vehicle, right? This is a county road. You don't have to have a
Yes,
permit
you
to
can
get
drive.
here.
Yeah, you can drive up here.
You
Sure
can get to this access without a permit. This is private property. It opens at 7 a.m. and it closes at 9. Nina Cole Memorial Walking Trail, established 2011. So this is beautiful property. It's very nice that the owners of this property let people come up here to look over. Enter at your own risk, because it is a little bit of a walk up here. Got to watch the trail and not fall down.
Yep, do not fall.
Tall tales floating through the trees. You learn more here than a schoolhouse could teach. Right there on the porch with a cold glass of grandma's ice cold sweet tea. These are the echoes of Appalachian, where the hills hum low and the voices catch you. Where a nickel bought more than candy, it got you a home-cooked meal with respect and good cheer. It bought a place to belong and greet your neighbors year after year.
All right, this is Eagle Bluff Rock, and it is very windy. I tried to get a little bit of drone footage, but I got some issues with the drone. I've been here before. When I first got my drone about 4 years ago, I had some footage, and if I can find that, I'll put that in here, that drone footage, because I was here for a little while trying to learn how to use it. I about lost it.
Yeah.
It went missing way down the mountain.
It's quite windy up here today, so.
Yeah, but the first time I was here, I was trying to learn how to fly it, and I was pushing the lever one way, and it was going the other way. Then I looked, and it was gone, so I kind of panicked, but got it back. This behind us here that you're seeing is Powell Valley. It's a flat area that runs for all the way from Virginia up in Big Stone Gap, or actually it starts probably in Appalachia, Virginia, up in there, and it turns into the Powell River. And then the Powell River and the Clinch River runs into Norris Lake and makes up Norris Lake. So this valley, I don't know, I'll probably try to put it in the there below how many miles the valley is, and the Cumberland mountains here, they run through several states, and there's a hiking trail on them. So this is nice that there's public access.
I think the Cumberland mountain range is like 131 miles, I believe.
Okay, that sounds about right.
I think that's about right.
So yeah, you can hike that if you like to hike, and a lot of people do. I've talked to some people that's hiked it before,
Yep.
the whole thing, and I barely made it up from the parking area down there up
Yep.
here, so I'm not going to be hiking no time soon. But it's this is probably one of the last days that we're going to have here, the last leaves, because it's going to turn
Yep.
30 into 30s coming Monday.
Yeah, it's going to get really cold next week. That'll be the end of the leaves.
Yep. All right, guys, we are going to head out. Unfortunately, rain's coming, and we're not going to get as much footage on this one as we had hoped, but we can see the storm coming in, and we're going to have to chase that. I was here one night when it came in, right in the evening,
Yep.
Tammy, and you could see the rain coming this way, and I hope
Yeah, that's amazing when you're up on high like this and you can see the rain cloud coming
Yeah.
at you and the rain falling. I've got some video footage of that from up at McLean Overlook, actually.
Oh, do you?
Yep, from it's coming this way. Yep. Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I used to have some footage too. Maybe I can find it. I'll look in my old hard drives, but
Yep.
yep, this is where I grew up at. I lived here my entire life. This is Jacksboro and LaFollette, or all of Campbell County. So I lived right down in Jacksboro area and LaFollette area my entire life. They're basically one town merged together. You never, unless you see the sign that says LaFollette or Jacksboro when you drive through, you don't realize you go from one town to the next. But yeah, it's a beautiful view here. This is called Eagle Bluff Rock. All right, they've even got a little place you can apparently come over here and have a picnic. There are several houses up here. I'll let you go first there.
Okay.
There's a garbage can to put garbage in, so very nice place to come. I appreciate the family that
You can't see
owns
these.
this. These leaves has got the
Yeah.
rocks covered up. You can't see good.
Nope. It's a good place to fall on your butt.
Yeah, don't like falling.
Oh.
It may need a bit of paint, but still serving friends. The doorbell sings like a mockingbird, and every creaking board has a story to tell about where every footprint has been. Every step from every boot, it weathered the passing times for more than a century. Paint's chipped away, but the light's still warm. Through the screen door swinging in a mountain storm, you can smell the years in the wood and the stone. But it still feels like family, it still feels like home. In rhythm, front porch at ease, stories unfold in the hush of the breeze, truth wrapped in tall tales floating through the trees. You'd learn more here than a schoolhouse could teach. Right there on the porch with a cold glass of grandma's ice cold sweet tea. Are the echoes of Appalachian, where the hills hum low and the voices catch you, where a nickel bought more than candy, it got you a home-cooked meal with respect and good cheer. It bought a place to belong and greet your neighbors year after year. It's not just a building, it's the backbone of the countryside, of a people still proud in a place I've lost in time. You can hear it all if you just sit and listen to the echoes of whispering in the background of the mountains and winding back roads. I know there's grease on the grill and the bell still rings for fried bologna sandwiches, burgers and fries, an old pack of nabs and a bottle of Harvey Coleman, the smell of fresh bread, bacon, and a warm cup of coffee. The old folks still greet you by name, serving hot meals with a smile that ain't changed. Cash in the drawer and a bottle by the door, a place to get fed,
Down here, you stay in here.
Okay.
Alrighty, I'm going to open the gate here for Tammy so she can drive on. You connect it to the chain?
No, just wrap it around the bar.
I need a little bit more. Okay. We beat the rain.